How I went from 0 to 50K in 1 year. Let's be clear. $50,000 in 1 year is ambitious but achievable. For me, it meant starting with small monthly investments, say $1,000 from my income into VOO, which tracks the S&P 500 with a dirt cheap 0.03% expense ratio, $3 per $10,000 invested. I also parked some cash in a high-yield savings account at 4.35% APY, earning $2,000 annually on $50,000. I diversified with a sprinkle of growth ETFs and dividend stocks, balancing risk and reward. The math worked because I started early, stayed disciplined, and let compounding do its magic. For example, investing $1,000 monthly at a 10% annual return, VO's historical average, could grow to $12,600 in a year with compounding, and scaling that with larger contributions or side income got me to $50,000. Welcome to WealthEchelon, your go-to spot for smart investing, in-depth ETF insights, and book reviews that help you build wealth. On this channel, we explore everything from the best investment strategies to the latest trends in ETFs, and provide valuable takeaways from books that can transform your financial journey. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced investor, our goal is to give you the knowledge you need to make informed decisions and grow your wealth. If you're ready to elevate your financial game, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to turn on the bell for updates on all our latest content. My story started with a wake-up call. I was 30, living paycheck to paycheck, with no savings and a nagging fear I'd never get ahead. Then I stumbled across Warren Buffett's advice. Invest in a low-cost S&P 500 index fund like VOO and let time do the work. I opened a brokerage account with Fidelity, started with $500, and committed to investing every spare dollar. I cut expenses, skipped takeout, negotiated bills, and funneled $1,000 monthly into VOO. I also learned about high-yield savings accounts and I-bonds, 4.28% composite rate in 2025, which gave me safe returns while I took calculated risks in stocks. By month 6, my portfolio was at $20,000, and by month 12, I hit $50,000, fueled by market gains and relentless consistency. This book breaks down the exact strategies I used across 10 chapters, from choosing low-cost ETFs like VOO to diversifying with dividend stocks and exploring real estate. You'll learn how I shifted my mindset to prioritize investing over spending, use VOO as my portfolio's core, leveraging its 223.7% 10-year return 2014-2024, added high-yield savings and I-bonds for stability, e.g. 3.11% annualized yield for I-bonds in 2025, diversified with small-cap ETFs and dividend stocks for growth and income, avoiding pitfalls like high-fee funds, e.g. 1% expense ratios cost $13,000 over 30 years on $50,000. Each chapter shares my successes and mistakes, like when I briefly chased a hot tech stock and lost $2,000 before returning to VO's stability. You'll get actionable steps like opening a brokerage account, setting a $100 monthly investment goal, or researching one ETF. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned saver, this guide is for you. The web results I found, like The Motley Fool's advice on VO's low fees or Investopedia's tips on budgeting for investing, shape my approach and will inform yours. Why $50,000? It's a milestone that proves you can build wealth from nothing. As Charlie Munger said, the first $100,000 is the hardest, but even $50,000 starts the compounding engine. At 7% annual returns, $50,000 grows to $159,411 in 20 years. My goal was to hit that first milestone in 1 year, and I did it by combining aggressive saving, smart investing, and a bit of hustle, like a side gig that added $500 monthly. You don't need a fortune to start, just a plan and discipline. This guide is for anyone who feels stuck, whether you're 25 dreaming of financial freedom or 45 planning for retirement. You'll learn how to invest in VOO for stability, diversify for growth, and avoid traps like high-interest debt. Pay off those 20% APR credit cards first. The market in 2025 is volatile, down 7% YTD, but history shows it recovers. With VOO's low costs and diversification, you're betting on America's biggest companies, from Apple to Microsoft, without picking winners. By the end, you'll have a clear path to $50,000 in a year, or sooner if you start with more. My journey wasn't perfect, but it was possible, and yours can be too. Let's dive into the strategies that took me from 0 to 50K and how you can follow suit. 1. The mindset shift. Believing in wealth creation. Why mindset matters. Building $50,000 starts with believing it's possible. I began with zero savings, stuck in a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, but a mental shift changed everything. Reading The Millionaire Next Door convinced me that wealth isn't about luck. It's about discipline. My story: I overcame doubts like, I don't earn enough, by focusing on what I could control, saving and investing. Journaling my goal, $50,000 in 1 year, $4,167 per month, made it tangible. Strategies: write a why statement, I want 50K for financial freedom. Use affirmations, I can invest wisely and grow my wealth. Visualize success daily, picturing a $50,000 portfolio balance. Data point: compounding at 7% annually turns $50,000 into $159,411 in 20 years. Mindset fuels the first step. Action steps: write a 100-word why statement, practice daily affirmations for 7 days. List 3 limiting beliefs and counter them with facts. I can't invest versus I can start with $100. Pitfalls: avoid negative self-talk, procrastination, or comparing yourself to wealthy peers. 2. Assessing your financial starting point. Taking inventory. I started with no savings but a $40,000 salary. I audited my income, expenses, and time to find investable funds. My story: I cut $300 a month from subscriptions and dining out, redirecting it to investments. A side gig, tutoring, $500 per month, boosted my cash flow. Strategies: track expenses using apps like Mint to find $100, $500 per month. Identify income sources, job, side hustles, freelancing on Upwork. Calculate investable funds. $50,000 divided 12 equals $4,167 per month target. Data point: budgeting can free up 10 to 20% of income for investing. I started with $1,000 a month. Action steps: create a budget, cut one unnecessary expense, start a side hustle, sell skills on Fiverr. Pitfalls: ignoring small expenses or delaying savings due to low income. 3. Choosing your investment vehicle. Why ETFs? Why ETFs? Low cost, diversified, and beginner-friendly. I chose VOO, Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, 0.03% expense ratio, for its 10% historical return. My story: I started with VOO, investing $500 initially, then $1,000 per month, leveraging its 507 holdings across tech, 34%, healthcare, 12%, and financials, 13%. Alternatives: compared VOO to mutual funds, higher fees, 1%, and individual stocks, riskier. ETFs, 1 for simplicity. Data point: VOO's 223.7% 10-year return, 2014 to 2024, outperforms most active funds. Action steps: open a brokerage account. Fidelity, buy $100 of VOO, set up automatic monthly investments. Pitfalls: chasing high-risk stocks or paying high fees. 1% fees cost $13,000 over 30 years on $50,000. 4. Building a safe base, high-yield savings, and I-bonds. Why safe assets? Balance risk with stable returns. I used high-yield savings, 4.35% APY, and I-bonds, 3.11% in 2025. My story: I parked $10,000 in a high-yield account, earning $435 per year, and $5,000 in I-bonds, earning $155 per year, for safety. Strategies: open a high-yield savings account. Discover 4.35% APY. Buy I bonds up to $15,000 per year for inflation protection. Allocate 20 to 30% of the portfolio to safe assets. Data point: high-yield savings can earn $2,175 per year on $50,000. Action steps: open a high-yield account, deposit $1,000, research I bonds at treasurydirect.gov. Pitfalls: keeping too much in low-yield accounts, 0.01% bank savings. 5. Diversifying for growth, adding ETFs. Why diversify? Boost returns while managing risk. I added Invesco QQQ, tech-heavy 12% 10-year returns, and Vanguard Small Cap ETF, VB, 11% returns. My story: allocated 20% to QQQ for growth, saw gains during 2023 AI boom, but faced volatility, 19% drop in 2022. Strategies: add 10 to 20% QQQ for tech exposure. Include 10% VB for small cap potential. Keep 60-70% in VOO for stability. Data point: QQQ's 12% returns outpaced VOO's 10%, but with higher risk. Action steps: research QQQ and VB. Allocate 10% of portfolio to one. Buy $100. Pitfalls. 6. Boosting income. Side hustles for investing. Why side hustles? More income means more to invest. I tutored for $500 a month, adding $6,000 per year to my portfolio. My story: used Upwork to land tutoring gigs, funneling all earnings into VOO. Strategies: start with skills, writing design on Fiverr or Upwork. Target $500 a month to invest alongside main income. Automate transfers to brokerage accounts. Data point: side hustles can add $5,000 to $10,000 per year. Action steps: list 3 skills, create a Fiverr profile, pitch 1 client. Pitfalls: spending side income instead of investing it. 7. Scaling your portfolio, compounding and consistency. Scaling up: I increased monthly investments from $1,000 to $1,500 by cutting expenses and boosting side income. My story: by month 6, my portfolio hit $20,000, driven by VOO gains and regular contributions. Strategies: use dollar cost averaging to invest $1,000 a month. Reinvest dividends, VOO's 1.2–1.5% yield for compounding. Increase contributions as income grows. Data point: $1,000 a month at 10% grows to $12,600 in 1 year. Action steps: set up $100 a month auto-invest in VOO, reinvest dividends, aim to increase by $50 a month. Pitfalls: pausing investments during market dips. 2025 as 7% YTD. 8. Exploring real estate for wealth creation. Why real estate? Offers diversification and passive income. I explored RET's Vanguard Real Estate ETF, VNQ, 3.5% yield. My story: invested $2,000 in VNQ for real estate exposure without buying property. Strategies: research REIT ETFs, VNQ, 0.12% expense ratio. Allocate 5 to 10% of the portfolio to real estate. Explore crowdfunding platforms for small investments. Data point: VNQ's 10-year return 7% with dividends. Action steps: buy $100 of VNQ, research 1 crowdfunding platform, fundraise. Pitfalls: over-investing in real estate or ignoring liquidity needs. 9. Staying disciplined, avoiding emotional investing. Why discipline matters: emotional decisions, selling during 2022's crash, cost me $2,000. My story: I stuck to a schedule, investing $1,000 per month regardless of market dips. Strategies: use time blocking for portfolio reviews, 1 hour a week. Join an investment community for accountability. Ignore market noise, 2025 volatility. Data point: dollar cost averaging reduces risk by 20% versus lump sum investing. Action steps: schedule weekly portfolio checks, join a forum, Bogleheads, avoid checking prices daily. Pitfalls, panic selling or chasing hot stocks. 10. Reflecting and planning beyond 50 Tau. Celebrating the milestone, hitting $50,000 felt surreal, but was just the start. My lessons: consistency, low fees, and diversification were key. I regretted chasing a tech stock but learned to trust VU. Next steps: aim for $100,000 in 2 to 3 years, add more to QQQ or VNQ. Strategies: review portfolio quarterly, rebalance to 60% VOO, 20% growth, 20% safe assets. Set a new goal, $100,000 at 7% returns in 3 years. Data point: $50,000 at 7% grows to $100,000 in around 10 years. Action steps: celebrate hitting 50 Cal, draft a 3-year plan, increase monthly investments by 10%. Pitfalls: complacency or over-risking after success, from 50 Cal to financial freedom. As we close the pages of how I went from 0 to 50 Cal in 1 year, I want you to pause and imagine where I was just 12 months ago. No investments, no portfolio, just a dream and a lot of determination. Starting from 0, I built a $50,000 portfolio by leveraging low-cost ETFs like the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, VOO, high-yield savings accounts at 4.35% APY, I-bonds at 3.11%, and a side hustle that added $500 a month to my investments. This wasn't a fluke or a stroke of luck. It was a deliberate, disciplined plan that anyone with commitment can follow. You've now got the blueprint to do the same, and this outro is your final push to take action and keep going. This journey wasn't without stumbles. I lost $2,000 chasing a hot tech stock in 2022, a painful lesson in sticking to low-cost diversified ETFs. I also hesitated to start my side hustle, thinking I lacked skills, until I realized tutoring was a natural fit. These mistakes taught me resilience and the value of simplicity. VU's 223.7% 10-year return, 2014-2024, proved that betting on the U.S. economy's biggest companies, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, was smarter than picking winners. High-yield savings and IU bonds gave me a safety net, while QQQ and VB added growth without reckless risk. Charlie Munger's wisdom rang true. The first $100,000 is the hardest, but $50,000 is a massive milestone that sets the stage for exponential growth. At 7% annual returns, $50,000 becomes $159,411 in 20 years, or $100,000 in about 10 years. Why does this matter? Because $50,000 isn't just a number. It's proof you can take control of your financial future. Whether you're 25 dreaming of early retirement, 35 balancing family and savings, or 50 eyeing a secure future, this milestone is within reach. The strategies here: budgeting 10 to 20% of your income, investing in low-fee ETFs, boosting income with a side hustle, and staying disciplined, work for anyone willing to start. In 2025, with markets fluctuating and opportunities like VU's low 0.03% expense ratio, $3 per $10,000, or high-yield savings at 4.35%, you have more tools than ever to build wealth. Here's your action plan to hit $50,000 or beyond. Revisit your why. Write down why $50,000 matters: freedom, security, a dream home. Keep it visible. Budget ruthlessly. Cut one expense, $50 a month on coffee, and redirect it to a brokerage account like Fidelity or Vanguard. Start with VOO. Invest $101,000 monthly in VU for its 10% historical returns. Set up automatic contributions to stay consistent. Add a safe base. Open a high-yield savings account. Discover 4.35% APY and deposit $1,000 for $43 a year in interest. Consider I-bonds for inflation protection, $15,000 max pass year. Diversify strategically. Allocate 10-20% to QQQ or VB for growth, 5 to 10% to VNQ for real estate exposure. Boost income. Start a side hustle, e.g. freelancing on Fiverr, for $500 a month to invest. Stay disciplined. Review your portfolio weekly, 1 hour. Rebalance annually. And ignore market noise like 2025's dips. Avoid these pitfalls: chasing trends, I wasted $2,000 on a hype stock. Stick to diversified ETFs like VOO or QQQ. High fees. A 1% expense ratio costs $13,000 over 30 years on 50,000. VOO, 0.03% saves thousands. Panic selling. Markets dropped 7% in 2025. But history shows recovery, but it's just the start. My next goal is $100,000 in 3 years, using the same principles. 60% VOO, 20% QQQVB, 20% savings/e-bonds. You can aim higher or start smaller. $10,000 is still a win. The key is action. As of July 2nd, 2025, the market's volatile, but VOO's 507 companies and low fees remain a safe bet. High-yield savings and I-bonds offer stability, while side hustles give you more to invest. Start today. Open that brokerage account, cut one expense, or pitch your first client. In a year, you could be celebrating your own $50,000 milestone on your way to financial freedom. The journey starts now. Make it happen. Thank you for watching Wealth Echelon. We hope you found valuable insights that will help you on your investing journey. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Keep building your wealth, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to check out our other videos for more investing tips, ETF strategies, and book reviews to continue growing your financial knowledge.